All right, so we're in the key of D major, which basically means for this piece, you can spend most of it in the second position. So second position is just where your first finger's at. So I keep it, other than a few spots here and there, you're gonna keep that first finger at that second fret. Now we have two lines of music. We have the bass line, stems going down, and we have the melodic line, stems going up. So notice the bass begins on beat 1, and the melodic line begins on the and of beat 1. So very slowly, that first measure. 1, and 2, and 3, and. Then if you take a look at the second measure, we're gonna hit the open fifth, and then that first finger at the second fret. So it's basically just a scale passage that goes down and then back up. And I'm using free stroke for all of this. So here it is, the first two measures. 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3. Then you take a look at measure 3, open 5, the and of beat 1, and then first finger, and then we're back to the second position. So this is one of the exceptions where we move down to the first position for beginning of measure 3, and then back to the second position. And then that fourth measure, all right, so that first line of music's gonna go 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3. All right, then we're gonna repeat those first three measures again. So 5, 6, and 7 are the same as 1, 2, and 3. And then if you take a look at measure 8, we have a quarter note D, followed by a quarter note D in the bass. So 5, 6, 7, and 8 sound like this. 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and. All right, then you're going to repeat that. And generally what I'll do on repeats is I'll play it a little bit differently. The first time through, I do more of my natural sound, which is sort of in the middle. And then maybe on the repeat, I'll do more of a ponticello sound. So I'll pluck the strings closer to the bridge. And so on. All right, measure 9. We start with the open sixth, and we continue that where we start the melody on the and of beat 1. So we're in that second position, middle finger is on the D. So 1, and 2, and 3, and then measure 10. So those two measures together are going to go 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and. Measure 11, we're going to go down to the first position and hit the open sixth. And then measure 12. And then for that last note of that measure, I go back to the second position. All right, so that line of music beginning at measure 9 goes like this. Measure 13. So open 5. Measure 14. All right, so one more time, 13 and 14, I'll count this time. 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and. All right, then measures 15 and 16 are going to be the same as measure 7 and 8. So we have this before. All right, then you're going to repeat. You're going to go back to measure 9 and play that again. And once again, I will play it a little differently. You could, if you played more of your natural sound, you can do ponticello. Or you can do more of a dulce sound. So you do that by playing closer to the fingerboard. And so on. It's a beautiful little piece. I hope you enjoy this.